and welcome to my channel. This is Bonnie, the crafter and the sewer, and I just wanted to come on today and give you a little bit of ideas about how to set up your sewing area and just what I do in my sewing area, and maybe some tips and things that'll give you suggestions that you would be able to do for your space. So I'm going to walk around and just talk about the different areas, and I hope that you enjoy it. Let's get started. Hi guys. I just wanted to talk a little bit today about your sewing space, because everybody doesn't have a lot of room to set up a huge sewing room, me included. I live in a small one-bedroom apartment, so I make do with what I have, but I wanted to talk a little bit about how you can set up a small little corner in your house and just make that your designated area for crafting and sewing and all of your different types of things. So here you see my sewing area, and I think a lot of times you just got to think outside the box, because you just never know what you can actually create in a very, very small space. So this is actually my dining room area, but I took a small area there in the corner, and I had an old sewing machine table, which is underneath this red table, which I've had for years and years. I've carried it everywhere I've moved, and I've used it for years and years, and it still works really well. But what I did is I had a long time ago purchased this red tabletop thinking I was going to use it for something else, and then I didn't use it for what I thought I would, and it ended up being a great little area for crafting and sewing, and I bought that at IKEA. So that was a nice little purchase, and I've used it for all different things. But now I've got it sitting on top of the old sewing machine table, and then I had some shelving that I had for a while in another room, and I moved it over here. And you've got lots of little cubbies to put all of your stuff in, I've got fat quarters. I have these things I've had for years that I used to keep earrings in, and once I wasn't working as much and didn't need as much jewelry, I emptied those out, and they've become my organizers for my sewing items, and they're really cheap. You can buy those little things at Target, Walmart, all different places. I have put a lot of my threads just into these jars. Back here has got a lot of ribbons and things in it. This is just my go-to things that I need to have in a pinch, my scissors, pencils, all those type of things. I have a lot of my smaller fat quarters on here, so just having a lot of little cubby areas. On this little stand here, I put a lot of my thread. I do have a serger, which I use from time to time. I have lots more trim and things like that in bins. If you are a seamstress, you accumulate over the years. And one of the things, I worked years ago at Hancock Fabrics, so I definitely did accumulate. I've gotten rid of most of it and just down to my sewing quilting items, so I don't use that as much. And then this is, like I say, in my dining area. And then I also do puzzles. So right on my table here, I have just finished a puzzle, which this is over in the corner where my sewing area is, and then I can do puzzles here. And then in my kitchen area, I have a small island that I do most of my cutting on. I've got a quilt going on here that is for one of my granddaughters, and I'm getting ready to do another project here that I'm going to put on the website. So, and I have a small little ironing board. I don't have a regular ironing board. Most people don't iron anymore, and I just have a small ironing board, which is actually a craft ironing board. I need to recover it, and that may be a project that I do soon. But this is just my little area where I have fun and create. So I hope that gives you a little bit of ideas to set up your area for your crafting and your sewing and things that you enjoy doing. So that's how I do it, and hopefully I'll have a new project coming your way soon. If you do like this video, I would appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel, if you would give me a thumbs up, and if you hit that bell, it will notify you when I upload the next video. So look forward to seeing you in the next one.